From the Oklahoma newsroom, this is the Energy FC Weekly Update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with the coach, Jimmy Nielsen. Coach, back from a road game, one of your final few of the season. Last weekend, a 2-0 loss for your guys at Swope Park. Swope had a PK very early, 19th minute when they hit that PK. And you always question, I guess, those moments, those plays. But how did that impact morale of your guys to have a PK that early in the game?
I think we started off well. They got the PK, which, by the way, shows on video it's not a PK. Our goalkeeper didn't even touch him. He was diving in the box, and they got the PK. I think we bounced back well, had a few good chances in first half to tie up the game. Here comes what I'm very disappointed with, is our performance in second half. That was not acceptable. We came down 2-0. And it looked like, from my point of view, that we threw the towel. And that's not acceptable. You always have something to play for. And 2-0, being down 2-0 with 40 minutes left, that's not the end of the world. Yeah. You know, a lot of things can happen in 40 minutes, but we didn't have it. Yeah. We didn't bring it on the night, and there was a big disappointment. You know, at this point here of the season, where there's a lot on the table and in the standings, that was very, very disappointing. Yeah. We're all very disappointed. The players are disappointed in themselves. I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed. But we got to move on now. Yeah. The good thing, if I know this team here well enough, that's not going to happen twice. So I want to see a response on Sunday, a good response from the guys that will be on the field, that we, as a minimum, we give everything we have. Yeah. You know, you can't always play the perfect game, but as a minimum, you got to give everything you have.
Well, you mentioned chances, and a couple of guys had several. Jose Angulo, we've talked about him several weeks running now, 5 shots in the game. Miguel Gonzalez, a couple chances. To not get a goal in the first half, it sounds like that was really a game changer for your guys, not to see one go in the net.
It was. We were disappointed at halftime. I thought we did okay in first half. I don't think we did enough to be in the lead, but minimum a tie would have been fair at halftime. But when they scored early on in second half, that was a big knock in the face for us, and we didn't have the tools on the night to bounce back.
You know, we talked last week about Swope Park being a team that's tough to gauge because they're that feeder for Sporting KC. You don't always know who's going to be there. And then to not have a great performance by your guys. What do you take away from this? What do you talk with your guys about as you look ahead to what's left on the schedule after that?
Well, first of all, they need to feel the pain from that performance. And automatically, you don't want to be in that situation again. Yeah. You don't want to wake up next morning with that feeling, because that's a horrible feeling. It's not what we expected. We've been on a roll. We've been consistently good for a long time. So there was a little smack in the face, that loss, and it was a step back in the wrong direction. Yeah. But now we have a great opportunity. We have 7 games left, 5 at home, 2 away. We still have everything in our own hands, and if we want to make the playoffs, you know, we got to perform better than what we did Saturday in Kansas City. Well,
you get a chance to do that, as you mentioned, Sunday. That's your next match at home, one of those 5 remaining. This one, Vancouver, there at Taft Stadium. Reminder that all of these remaining home games are all Sunday games, all 5 o'clock starts, so people want to make sure they get that early start time. And 7 games left. You guys control your own destiny. And with your home record, 7-2-2, and you've scored points in 9 of your last 10 at home, what do you need out of your guys on Sunday?
We need to get back to our normal standards. Again, we're disappointed. We've got to put that away now and look ahead for the Vancouver game. I think it's a good matchup. We tied Vancouver 2-2 in Vancouver, where I thought we gave up 2 soft goals on corner kicks. But on the day, we were the better team, but gave up 2 very soft goals. Obviously, we've got to get rid of that. If we bring our A game, we have a fair chance to get the result we all want.
Yeah, and some big-time fan promos for this Sunday game. We've talked about it a couple of times, but it is this week, military and first responder night, including discount tickets. You can go to energyfc.com/promo, use the code USA for that discount, plus kids eat free and $2 beers. Lots of stuff for fans out there. What's the importance in your mind, Jimmy, of these crowds? You met 5 home games. To have those Sunday night crowds be really good for your guys.
Well, I think when we play at home and we're seeing the stadium been packed, I think the people have seen the best soccer as well. You know, they are part of creating a good atmosphere. They're bringing a good intensity that will transfer to the players on the field. And very often, the best games being played at Taft has been when there's been a full house.
Mm-hmm. This stretch run, last question. Maybe the thought process has changed after last week, but how do you approach this stretch run? Do you want to wait and see how this Sunday game goes before you sort of figure out how to approach these final weeks, or do you have a sense right now of what you need to do, what this team needs to have as its approach here as the final games of the year on the schedule?
For sure, I think we have the bigger plan. Obviously, we all want to be in the playoff. That's a goal. But it's important we go all in on the coming game. Mm-hmm. Not worry about we have 5 games at home that could possibly be 15 points or whatever. We need all in on the next game there's ahead of us. Yeah. And now all focus is on Vancouver, and then we'll take the next game after that. All
right, Sunday, 5 o'clock start again at Taft Stadium. Weather's great this week. Be sure to get out there and enjoy it. For all your ticket and schedule information, energyfc.com is the place to go. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.